Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Great. All right, we'll go ahead and get going here. Senior forward Charlotte Vaanhold from the Netherlands joining us. Charlotte, congratulations on getting this far. You had the game-winning goal on Sunday. Take us back through that play and just how nerve-wracking was the shootout, and what did you see on the goal you scored?
It was indeed super nerve-wracking. I didn't know like how to act. I didn't know how to behave, and I even didn't realize I was like the game-winning one because it was like awkward when I scored because the refs were like discussing things and no one was like celebrating, so I didn't know really what was going on. And then I think Nikki said like we won. I was like, oh, we did. And then tears came, happiness, didn't know how to act. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, you mentioned that, and it's weird because I was watching the broadcast, and I thought that it was over right there. Was there a moment of confusion with the officials, or what happened right there as best you could see?
I was like thinking maybe it hit my foot, but then I was like, I didn't feel anything. I didn't block the goalie, so I was like, I think I scored. But then I think maybe the refs lost like like the goals or like who scored, because he was doing like this, and I was like, oh, no goal. But then we celebrated. So yeah.
All right, we'll get some questions here. We'll start with Damian Sordelett from the News in Advance.
Hey, Charlotte, as an upperclassman on this team, what has this season meant to you after so many seasons of heartbreak and knowing that you should have been in this position before, but now you're here?
It's like I don't really have words for it. It's just like unreal, and like I don't, even though I'm like an upperclassman, I still like follow like the super seniors and stuff because like they are like, I don't know, sorry, I don't really know how to describe this, but they are just like the example, the foundation of how everything like started. But I do have now younger girls coming up to me and asking me questions, which is awesome. But yeah.
Next, let's go to Luke from the Liberty Champion.
Hey Charlotte, 4 goals in your last 4 games from Big East and NCAA tournament. What's gotten you into the goal scoring form that you're in currently?
That's a good question. I have no clue because during the season it didn't really roll my goals and stuff. But we have like other girls who are stepping up, which is amazing. It's like all team effort. But I'm just like the whole time on the right position, I think, and just getting like feisty and aggressive and know in my head is like maybe the last game we will play, and I don't want yet that it will be over. So yeah, I think that's my answer for this.
Let's go to Leah from ESPN.
Hey Charlotte, couple questions for you. First of all, what intrigued you about coming to our country to get your education and to play in the States, and how it differs from home?
So back home, it's super normal to go, like after you're done with high school, you go to college, like in sororities and all that stuff. And I had friends already in America who played field hockey, and I do like field hockey a lot. So I was like, let's just try it. And I took like the SAT, the TOEFL test, and did pretty decent because my English was horrible, and still not the greatest. But then I was like, I'm just going and see how far I will go. And I like back home, you cannot combine field hockey and like so much field hockey on a high level and school. So it was also a good opportunity to combine it and to get my degree on time and live in another country, explore, improve my English, and yeah.
Coach says that you have your game has really grown since the Quinnipiac game. How do you feel about that? And in which way do you feel, if it wasn't Quinnipiac, if it was another game, how do you feel as though your game has grown this year?
I think I changed my mindset a lot because in the beginning I was just like, oh, let's just have fun and we will see where it goes. But then I don't know if it was the Quinnipiac game or what game, but then I realized I want to keep playing with my friends and don't want to go yet to the spring. So then I was like, let's try what Jill Bolton always said, let everything on the field, don't regret anything. And that really came into my mind. I was like, I don't want to regret anything when I'm like running like sprints in the spring. I'll be like, oh, I wish I did this different. So I think that was my biggest change.
Let's go back to Luke.
As a team now, coming off a big win like that, how do you compose yourself and settle in and go, okay, that's the reality, now we've got to go play Maryland?
we always say take it day by day, and I personally never played against Maryland, and I'm just super excited to go to Michigan, even never been there either, to just play with each other. And like, when you don't win on Friday, you don't play on Sunday. So that's why we are very focused on just like Friday. Same with the Big East tourney. We played first Temple, and we were just like focused first on the first game, because it's not a gift that you go to the next game.
Damien?
Charlotte, you guys have been so used to playing ACC teams because of where Liberty's located. You've played Northwestern this year, playing Maryland again, and you've played Rutgers. How much has playing multiple Big Ten teams allowed you to prepare you for the style of play you're going to see on Friday?
This is, yeah, true. This is the first time we played that many Big Ten teams. Their conference is just so feisty and aggressive and like physical compared to the other teams I personally played before. So it's good like to become like more aggressive and just like get used to like the physical like play. So I think Northwestern that we played in the beginning of the semester was very good, like wake-up call. We lost though, but like how those teams play. And Rutgers, same, they're very physical, and they do everything to not let the ball into the goal. Yeah.
Back to Luke.
Just the front three you have of you, Jill, and Danny. You mentioned earlier that a bunch of players have been coming up for you for advice. One of the ones, Martusian, how has she really developed this year as a freshman to where she can interchange with any of you guys and really help you guys get some rest going forward?
She is such a big help in like the forward line, and she reminds me of myself when I was a freshman. So I'm like sort of her like big sister. She is just like that Argentinian mentality and stuff. Like I learned about it because back home was just like, oh, just like let's play field hockey, you know. And she's just such a big like I mean, I don't know if you saw the game on Sunday, but she was running around sprinting and say, come on, Char, believe in you. I'm like, yes, I can do this. So she is, yeah, such a big like help, and it's amazing to play with those three amazing superstars and do it together, and like the little high fives, the little like I'm with you, helps so much.
Sorry, you mentioned your English, and personally, I think it's pretty darn good. I don't know, when did you learn English as a second language? I mean, I have such a affinity and just, I'm impressed with people that can do that.
Thank you. I learned English when I was in high school, so I was like 13, but it was just like reading and listening, but we never spoke. So when I went to America, like I love to talk, so the first 2 weeks were hard because I was like afraid to make mistakes and people think like this girl can't speak. And then someone told me like, Char, like you will never learn if you don't try it. So that's like the same with field hockey. If you don't try something new, like how would you become even better? So that's why I started to like try.